So more Origins 2023. We're here at 3WS with Michael, showing off Mission Control this game.
Sure. So Mission Control is the first time it's available. Mission Control, the story is there's the Ethernaut, the Mercury 3, is up in space doing a routine mission as they do. And unfortunately, there's an explosion. So they reach out to Mission Control, which are the three other players. They have 20 minutes of oxygen left and they need their help. So throughout the game, the Mercury player is rolling dice and relaying what they see, which is the information. Like, I see this broken, I see that thing. So they'll call out the numbers to the other players from behind a screen, and then the other players will decide which of the two numbers they want to use for that roll. They decide on which two. They all use the same two, so it's not like they can pick. So for this, let's just say they decided on a 5 and a 3. Each of the players will then write, in roll and write style, a 5 and a 3 based on certain rules in their city board. Houston is doing the polyomino board, so they're trying to get similar numbers in a shape pattern, in a letter pattern. If they can put, like for this situation, a 3 and a 5, if they could put 4 threes in the shape of a T, they'd let the Mercury player know, hey, you get a T, and that gets them a polyomino shaped in a T, which has the oxygen molecules they're trying to restore oxygen in the cabin. If they can do 4 5s and an L, they say, hey, you get an L, and then they get these polyominoes to move around their board. They're never locked, they're fluid, they can move them at their leisure. Trying to connect these oxygen tubings with the oxygen molecule to matching canisters. The canisters are locked because of the explosion, but you see that little red dot there. The difficulty level goes from 6, 8, or 10, depending on how hard you want it to be. So they're trying to connect, let's say we're doing a normal game, 8 of those molecules to matching canisters. If they can do 4 molecules from yellow to yellow and 4 molecules from green to green in 20 minutes, real time, they win. If they do all 8 to yellow, they win. So Houston's responsible for getting the polyominoes over there. Cologne's responsible for helping with the canisters. So if you notice, there's a little line through the shape. The same numbers, again, with 5 and 3, pardon. The Cologne player will take the 5 and the 3 and start putting them into these slots here on the bottom. So this requires 2 dice, 3 dice, 4 dice. They have to be filled, and if they can add up to that number, they'll start ticking off these things. When they get to the unlock, they'll help this player unlock these canisters, which now lets this move on its axis. So it makes the puzzle of, well, I want to use this, but I need to move it up here. So by this being unlocked, I can now move this up and create a bigger line. So Cologne's responsible for helping with the canisters and unlocking the canisters. Again, using the same 2 numbers. And then some of the tiles have these dots on them. This one happens to have a black. There's also white in the game. Bengaluru is doing a type of Sudoku, again, same numbers, to unlock or to help with the broken valve. So this needs a black valve in order to get those 2 molecules, notice it's got 2 instead of 1, in their pattern. In a bag, there are half valves of white and black and red, which are irreparable. If at any point they get 2 matching half valves, they can trade that in for a full valve, and that repaired valve can now go on the polyomino shape that needs the valve. So now if they can use that in their shape, let's say we were doing green and I wanted to get this over here and green is locked, now I know I got those 2 molecules going in my green line because the valve is now there. So their Sudoku puzzle in Bengaluru, again with the 5 and the 3 for this example, they're trying to not duplicate numbers in rows and columns. So every time they do it, they start ticking off these boxes, and similar to Cologne with these, a certain number ticked off will let them know they can pull a valve from a bag.
Okay.
It's random or specific, so they can kind of, curate what they want from the bag based on certain star abilities. But basically, you got 20 minutes, real-time, cooperative roll and write, and then the asymmetry is in the player boards. We have 20 minutes to try and restore oxygen based on these, what's being given from the players. So high communication. Hey, what kind of letter can you get? I need an S, can you work on an S for me? Because there's piles of these things and they can see what's coming, so that can really help me out in this puzzle. So hey, can you get me a T? Copy, like I'll work on that T for you. And then once the numbers are all written in, they'll let the Mercury 3 player know, hey, we're locked. So like Houston's locked, Cologne's locked. Once Mission Control is locked, they can roll again, relay that information. As things are given, there's certain icons here. Once a number is put on there, you can give them a little bit of a wild to say. they can put any number 1 through 6 on their board, so that it'll help them out. And then, copy star. So the high theme, the high communication in this game really comes through with the interaction of the players.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And where can people find out more information if they're not here at the convention today?
They can, thirdworld.com. The E in third is a 3, so TH3. You can go on the site. There's also videos of it out. If you're not here, it'll be at Gen Con. We have a big 10-foot simulator at Gen Con, which we had last year, and at PAX. It's on the website. You can find all the information out on the website.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.